In verse 5, it begins, Ke akalason, O theos, God, theology, tophos, emeron, day, again ephemeral being the derivative. God called the light day, although the sun, moon, and stars weren't made yet. So this is very interesting when you go back into the beginning of the creation to figure out the time. Times and season actually come later. So a day is as 1,000 years, 1,000 years to a day it mentions in the Bible. And so what was this time? Ke toskotos akalase nikta. And the darkness he called nikta, night. Night. Nikta, we have nocturnal as a derivative. So the darkness was called night. Ke ageneto espera. Ke ageneto proi, imera mia. And there was aspera. We have Vespers, the evening liturgy in the Eastern Orthodox Church and the Roman Catholic Church and some Protestant churches. That comes from that word. And there was morning, day one. So somehow there's a evening and a morning without the sun and the stars being formed yet. Verse 6, Ke ipon o theos genethito stereoma. Stereoma is an interesting word. We have the English word stereo, but it has the idea of two things, but it's really has to do with the hardness in the Greek, a firmament or a hardness. And we see in the usage of this in Exodus 24:10. Had a look, sorry. And it says, and they saw the place where the God, 2, 3, of Israel stood. This is where he stood. Ke tath ipo, and the things under his feet were as a brickwork of sapphire, and as the form of firmament of the heaven in the cleanliness. So this firmament is underneath God. We also see in Ezekiel 1:22. We get there here. It says in 22, 23 to 24, and 25, and the likeness above the head of the living creatures was as a firmament. So this is sounds right, because below is the created things, as a vision of ice, and the crystallo, being stretched out over their wings on top. And under the firmament their wings were stretching out, flapping, the other to the other, to each two covering their bodies, as the wings. And I heard the sound of their wings in their going, as the sound of much water. And as the sound of a worthy one in their going. A sound of the word as a sound of a camp, paramvolis, a military camp. And in their standing, their wings rested. And I behold a sound far above the firmament of the one being above their head, as a vision of stone. You can read the rest of this in Ezekiel and go into finding out more about this firmament. And the last place is in Ezekiel 10:1. And I beheld, and behold, upon the stereomatos, the firmament, and above the head of the cherubim, was a likeness of a throne of sapphire stone over them. So the throne is on top of the stereoma. Now going back to Genesis, it mentions here in the and God made the firmament, and God parted between the water that was underneath the firmament and between the water above the firmament, and God called the firmament heaven in verse 8, or unknown. Ke apisen o theos to stereoma, ke diahorisen o theos anameson tu idatos o in ipokato tu stereomatos, ke anamesu tu idatos tu epano tu stereomatos, ke akalisen o theos to stereoma, uranon, ke ethan o theos otikalon. And God called the firmament uranon. We have the planet Uranus as a derivative. Uranus uranon means heaven. Ke agenetos espera, evening again, and ke again it's a proi, imera thevtera, the second day. Verse 9, ke ipanotheos synakthito to idor to ipokato tu uranu, is synagogin mian, and God, and let's mark some of these derivatives. It is, well, number 9, 3772, and it's a new derivative, and espera is for vespers, and here is thevtera, the second. And God said, let us come underneath the heavens and get one gathering, and let the dry land appear. Ke ophthito e xira, we have cirrhosis, a dryness of the liver, hardness of the liver. Ke ageneto utos, ke sinik the toidor, hydro is a derivative right here. Hydraulics has to do with water power. Underneath the heaven, into their synagogas, a synagogue, a gathering of people. So we'll underline that one there. And appeared, xira, the dry land appeared. So this water and the dry land and the separations, and it goes on in verse 10, ke akalasan otheos tin xiran gin, geology, it's a derivative, gin, and ke ta sistemata ton either tone, akalasa thalassas, thalactic has to do with seas. Ke ethan otheos otikalon, and God saw that it was good. So here we have the separation in the seas and dry land. How does the tides work? Were there tides? No sun, no moon, no stars. Ke ipen otheos vlastisato igi votani hortu spiron sperma kata genos ke kath omiotita. And God said, let the ghee, the earth, grow. Votani, vatani was an English derivative, so let's underline 1008. And you can see these in English derivatives and study them more. Hortu, a grass. Spiron, spire, aspire, is in botany. And sperma, sperm, of seed. Those are all English derivatives. It's pretty neat. Katagenos, gene, genus, in taxonomy, where they call the different parts of the animal and mineral, vegetable and mineral, they separated with families, and then genus is one of the separations. The man who did the early separation, Linnaeus, was a Christian way before Darwin ever was born, and he was from Sweden. You might want to check out, we'll put the link up to him on comments on the internet here, or on top of this, one or the other overlay. Ke kath omiotita, ke xylon carpimon, pion carpon. Carpophore is fruit bearing, and according to the likeness, and the fruitful tree producing fruit. U to sperma aftu en afto, which the seed of it is in it, on these trees. Kata genos epi tigis, according to type, upon the earth. Ke ageneto utos, and it was so. So we have the herbage and the green things before the animal world.